There is a specific reason you have arrived here today. It is not an algorithm, and it is not a coincidence. You have been pulled here by a gravitational force that your soul recognizes, even if your mind cannot yet fully explain it. We need to have a very serious conversation about what has been happening in your life over the last few weeks, perhaps even the last few months. There is a secret that is about to be revealed to you, a revelation so profound that it will alter the trajectory of your entire existence. The title of this message mentions a sister, and whether that is a literal sister, a spiritual sister, or a close female confidant in your life. Understand this: the people closest to you are often the unconscious messengers of your destiny. But the secret she reveals, or the secret that is revealed through the shifting dynamics of your relationship with her, is pointing to one singular, undeniable event: a departure, a relocation, a divine shift. You are currently living through a prophetic declaration. A profound shift is underway, a spiritual and physical relocation orchestrated by heaven itself. I know you feel it. That stirring in your soul. That is not anxiety. That is not depression. That is not you losing your mind. That is the spiritual labor of birthing a new reality. You are in the delivery room of destiny, and the contractions are getting closer together. The restlessness and tension you feel in your chest, that inability to sit still, that feeling that the walls of your home are some attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you, and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. How shrinking, these are holy signals. They are positioning you for your next season. Before we unlock the mystery of the secret that is about to be revealed, we must first diagnose your current condition. Science tells us that before a butterfly breaks out of a cocoon, the struggle inside is violent. It is necessary. If you were to cut the cocoon open to help the butterfly, it would die. Its wings would never develop the strength to fly. You are in that cocoon right now. The Lord is creating a new path for you, a way in the wilderness, even if it remains unseen to your natural eyes. Your period of waiting is concluding. I want you to look at your life right now. Look at the financial pressures. Look at the relational strains. You might be thinking that these are attacks. You might be thinking, why is everything falling apart? But I am here to tell you that these are not signs of destruction. They are elements of divine construction. Heaven is building your exit ramp from a life you have outgrown. Every closed door is evidence that a greater opening is being prepared. God never moves his children until the new destination is ready, and discomfort is merely the tool he uses to direct you toward destiny. You are not being evicted, you are being elevated. Think about the relationships in your life. This is where the secret begins to unravel. The title mentioned your sister, and this is crucial. In the Bible, family dynamics were often the catalyst for divine movement. It was the friction with his brothers that sent Joseph to Egypt, where he would eventually save the world. It was the tension in the household that sent Jacob on his journey. Right now, there is a shifting in your relational circles. You may have a sister, a friend, or a close relative who suddenly seems distant, or perhaps they are acting in a way that feels out of character. Or maybe they are about to tell you something, a secret, a truth, a revelation that will sever the final tie holding you to your current location. When a person is about to be upgraded spiritually, their vibration changes. The frequency at which your spirit operates is rising. Science calls this resonance. When two things are in resonance, they vibrate together. But when one changes its frequency, dissonance occurs. You are feeling dissonance with people you used to be in perfect harmony with. This is not because they are bad or because you are better than them. It is because you are moving and they are stationary. The secret that is coming to light is the undeniable truth that you no longer fit in the container you were born into. The same God who guided Abraham from his home, telling him to leave his father's house and go to a land he would show him, is now leading you. This is not displacement, it is deployment. Your spirit is being called to say yes to a journey where faith replaces sight. The waiting season was not wasted. It was a period of intense training. The heartbreaks and silent struggles were preparation, not abandonment. You have passed the test. It is time to gather your expectations alongside your belongings. I want to speak to the person who has been waking up between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. If this is you, I need you to listen very closely, because this is the #1 signal of the secret revelation. In the medical world, they might call this insomnia. They might tell you to take melatonin or adjust your sleep hygiene. And while taking care of your body is important, you must understand the spiritual physiology of what is happening. These are the watchman's hours. In the silence of the world, when the electromagnetic noise of society dies down, the veil between the natural and the supernatural is at its thinnest. If your sleep has been interrupted in these sacred hours, recognize this not as a disorder, but as a divine invitation. In the world's silence, God downloads direction and whispers strategy, just as he did with Samuel. When Samuel was a boy, he heard a voice calling him in the night. He thought it was the priest, Eli, but it was God. You have been waking up thinking it's stress, thinking it's your bladder, thinking it's a noise outside, but it is the call to prepare for activation. God is waking you up because he has secrets to tell you that cannot be shared when your conscious mind is distracted by the noise of the day. During these hours, pay attention to the thoughts that come to you. Pay attention to the sudden clarity you have about your future. This is the download. This is the map. The secret your sister or your loved ones might reveal in the natural realm is only a confirmation of what God is already speaking to you in the spiritual realm during these early morning hours. Notice how once open doors are now shut and former companions have drifted away. This is painful. We are social creatures. We crave connection. But this is not rejection. It is divine repositioning. When God moves you, he removes comfort from places that can no longer support your calling. It's a promotion, not a punishment. Imagine a plant in a pot that has become too small. The roots are winding around themselves, choking each other. The plant stops growing. It starts to look sickly. The only solution is to break the pot and move the plant to a larger space with fresh soil. You are root-bound. The discomfort you feel is your soul pressing against the ceramic walls of your current circumstances. As you align your heart with his kingdom, he aligns the path beneath your feet. The physical move starts with a spiritual surrender, a whispered, "Yes, Lord." For many of you watching this relocation is tied to a specific assignment. You are being sent to places where your presence will bring healing and restoration, fulfilling someone else's prayer. There are people in a city you haven't moved to yet who are praying for the solution that you carry. There are divine appointments and new allies awaiting you in a new environment that your destiny requires. But let's go deeper into this secret. Why is it hidden? Why the mystery? In ancient wisdom traditions and biblical narratives, a secret is often a mystery waiting for the appointed time to be revealed. It is the glory of God not to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings. You are stepping into your kingship, your queenship. You are being called to search out the matter. The secret might be a family truth that liberates you from a generational curse. It might be the realization that the limitations placed on you by your family were never yours to carry. Your sister, or that close female figure, represents the mirror. When she reveals her secret, or when the dynamic changes, it reflects back to you the truth that you are different. You are a chosen one. Chosen ones often feel like the black sheep of the family until they realize they are actually the golden eagle. You don't fit in with the sheep because you were designed to fly, not to graze. The tension you feel with your family right now is the aerodynamic friction of your takeoff. The primary signal of your imminent activation is a holy unrest. I want you to examine this feeling. It is a sacred discomfort that signals you've outgrown your current reality. It feels like you are wearing a suit that is 3 sizes too small. You can't breathe. You can't move freely. This is not a breakdown, but a breakthrough. You are pressing against the cocoon. Heaven is orchestrating an exodus, and you are stepping into fulfillment, not leaving behind failure. Consider the story of the Israelites. They were in Egypt for 400 years. It was all they knew. But when the time for the Exodus came, it wasn't comfortable. Plagues, chaos, uncertainty. They had to eat their final meal standing up, with their shoes on, ready to move. This is a prophetic instruction for you. Stay ready. Keep your shoes on. Do not get too comfortable in your current situation, because the command to move could come at any moment. Like Joseph's sudden move from prison to palace, your change will be swift. One day Joseph was a prisoner, the next he was the prime minister. The shift happened in 24 hours, but the preparation took 13 years. You have been in the preparation phase. You have felt forgotten, like Joseph in the dungeon, but the king is about to have a dream, and you are the only one with the interpretation. The secret that is about to be revealed is the key to your palace. This is your Jordan River moment. The Jordan River represents the barrier between the wilderness and the promised land. To cross it, the priests had to step into the water while it was still flowing. They had to get their feet wet before the miracle happened. You are waiting for the dry ground to appear before you step, but God is waiting for you to step so He can make the ground dry. The journey will challenge you, but its outcome will be glorious. What lies ahead is an upgrade of purpose and an unveiling of your destiny. The winds of God are blowing, and your future is waiting for your obedience. Let's talk about the practical signs that accompany this spiritual shift. You might be experiencing a sudden desire to declutter. You look around your house and you want to throw things away. You want to simplify. This is not just spring cleaning. This is prophetic preparation. Your spirit knows you are moving, so it is compelling you to lighten the load. You are shedding the dead weight of the past season. If you feel this urge, follow it. Clear out the old to make room for the new. Another sign is a change in your appetite, both physical and spiritual. Things that used to entertain you now seem boring or even repulsive. You can no longer watch the same TV shows, listen to the same gossip, or engage in the same low-level conversations. You are starving for depth. You are hungry for truth. This is because your spiritual metabolism has changed. You are building muscle for the heavy lifting of your new assignment, and you need different nutrition. Before I reveal the final aspect of this secret, I want to challenge you. If you are recognizing these symptoms, the 2 a.m. wake-ups, the relational friction, the urge to purge, the holy unrest, I want you to take a step of faith. In the comments, I want you to write, "I am ready for the shift." This is not just a comment, it is a declaration. It is you agreeing with heaven. It is you signing the contract of your new destiny. Now back to the secret. The secret is that you were never meant to stay here. The secret is that the sister, the familiar, the comfortable, the known, cannot go where you are going. In the story of Lot, his wife looked back at Sodom as they were fleeing. She turned into a pillar of salt. Salt is a preservative. She wanted to preserve the past, but you are called to the future. The secret revealed is that looking back is no longer an option. The bridge is burning behind you not to trap you, but to keep you from retreating into a comfort that would kill your calling. This relocation might be a literal physical move to a new city, a new state, or even a new country. For many of you, looking at real estate listings has become a hobby you can't explain. You feel drawn to a place you've never been. That is the magnet of destiny. But for others, this is a massive shift in your career, your ministry, or your mindset. It is a relocation from fear to faith, from lack to abundance, from victimhood to victory. The financial pressure you are feeling is the Elijah principle. When the brook dried up, God told Elijah to move to Zarephath. The drying up of the brook was not God's punishment, it was God's prompt. If the brook hadn't dried up, Elijah would have stayed there and starved. God loves you too much to let you be satisfied with a drying brook. He is drying up your resources in the old place to force you to the new place where the widow is waiting to sustain you. Do not curse the drought. The drought is your travel agent. You must also understand the role of fear in this process. Fear is often just excitement without the breath. The physiological reaction to fear and excitement is almost identical. Racing heart, heightened senses, adrenaline. The enemy tries to interpret this energy as fear to paralyze you, but the Holy Spirit interprets it as anticipation to mobilize you. When you feel that fear of the unknown, flip the script. Tell yourself, I am not afraid. I am anticipating the goodness of God. The secret your sister will reveal, or the secret that comes through a close confidant, may be shocking. It might be a confession. It might be information that changes how you see your family history. But do not react with anger. React with discernment. Ask God, why am I hearing this now? You will find that this information cuts the final emotional cord that was keeping you tethered to the dock. It is the wind in your sails, pushing you out to the deep waters where your destiny lies. You have been feeling like an alien in your own life. You look at your surroundings and think, this is not my home. That is because it isn't anymore. Your lease has expired in the spirit. You are living on borrowed time in that location. The landlord of heaven is handing you the keys to a mansion, and you are still trying to decorate the studio apartment. Stop decorating what you're about to leave. Let's address the loneliness. The path of the chosen one is often solitary. The eagle flies alone. The crow flies in a murder. You have been trying to fly with crows, and you wonder why you are frustrated. You wonder why they peck at you. They peck at you because your wingspan intimidates them. As you move into this new season, God is going to align you with other eagles. But you have to leave the crow's nest first. The separation is painful, yes, but the elevation is necessary. The sister in the title also represents the bride, the church, the community of believers. There is a shaking happening in the spiritual community as well. Truths are being revealed, leaders are being exposed, secrets are coming out. This is all part of the great sifting. God is shaking everything that can be shaken so that only what is unshakable remains. You are being called out of religious systems and into a kingdom relationship. You are being called out of performance and into presence. I want you to pay attention to the synchronicities. You will see repeating numbers. You will hear the same phrase from 3 different people in 1 week. You will see the name of the city God is calling you to on billboards, on TV, in random conversations. These are breadcrumbs. Follow them. The Holy Spirit is the ultimate strategist. He is leaving you clues. The secret is not hidden from you. It is hidden for you. As you prepare for this move, you must cultivate a spirit of humility. Humility has been your companion in the valley, and now honor approaches. When you are promoted, do not become arrogant. Remember the wilderness. Remember the tears. Remember the nights you cried yourself to sleep. Let that memory keep you grounded when God elevates you to high places. The character you built in the dark is what will sustain you in the light. There is a warning here as well. Do not share your secret with everyone. When Joseph told his brothers his dream, they threw him in a pit. Not everyone can handle the magnitude of your destiny. Not everyone is happy for your elevation. Some people are addicted to your struggle because it makes them feel better about their own stagnation. When you start to rise, they will try to pull you back down. Keep your moves silent until they are completed. Move in silence. Checkmate in silence. Let the results speak for you. The number one signal mentioned in the title is this: a pervasive, unshakable sense that you are done. It's a feeling of completion. You look at your job, your city, your routine, and you feel finished. There is no anger, just a knowing. The grace has lifted. When the grace lifts, the burden becomes heavy. Things that used to be easy now require monumental effort. That is God saying, stop pushing. I have lifted the grace because I want you to move. So what is the secret your sister will reveal? It is the catalyst. It is the final piece of the puzzle. Be watchful in the coming days. Listen to conversations closely. Watch the body language of those around you. The revelation is coming. And when it does, do not hesitate. Pack your bags, spiritually and physically. The road ahead is paved with favor. You are moving from a land of not enough to a land of more than enough. You are moving from a place of fighting for survival to a place of thriving in purpose. The giants in the land you are going to are big, yes, but the grapes are bigger. Do not focus on the giants, focus on the fruit. You are a giant slayer. You have been trained for this. Before we conclude, I want to give you a micro challenge. Tonight, before you go to sleep, ask God specifically, Lord, show me the step I need to take. And then have a notebook by your bed. If you wake up at 3 a.m., write down whatever is in your mind. Do not judge it. Just write it. That is your instruction. That is your secret strategy. You are not crazy. You are not alone. You are simply being moved. The construction noise you hear in your life is the sound of your new foundation being laid. Embrace the mess. Embrace the uncertainty. For in the uncertainty lies the infinite possibility of God. Your sister, your brother, your friend, they play their part in this divine theater, but the script is written by God, and you are the protagonist. The scene is changing. The curtain is rising on the second act. And this act is where the hero steps into their power. If this message has resonated with your spirit, if you felt a burning in your chest as you listened, that is the confirmation you have been asking for. Do not brush it off. Like this video to seal this word in your spirit. Subscribe to the channel to stay aligned with this frequency. And share this with someone who you know is also going through a season of strange, holy unrest. You might be the messenger they have been praying for. The secret is out. You are moving. The destination is glorious. The time is now. Stand tall, chosen one. Your chariot awaits. The horses of fire are harnessed. The winds of the Spirit are filling your sails. You are leaving the harbor of the familiar and sailing into the ocean of the divine. Do not look back. There is nothing there for you anymore. Everything you need, everything you have prayed for, everything you are destined to be, is waiting for you in the new place. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the transition. The wait is over. The shift has begun. Welcome to your new life. However, I must warn you about the immediate aftermath of saying yes to this transition. There is a specific phenomenon that occurs the moment you mentally and spiritually agree to move forward. It is what I call the vacuum of faith. When you disconnect from the old, but the new has not yet fully materialized, you enter a void. This is where 90% of people fail. They look at the empty space, the lost job, the ended relationship, the silence from friends, and they panic. They mistake the vacuum for abandonment. But you must understand the physics of the spirit. Nature abhors a vacuum. That empty space is actually a gravitational pull. It is drawing the new blessings toward you. The emptiness is not a sign of lack. It is a sign of capacity. You have been hollowed out so you can be filled with something greater. Science tells us that the brain is designed to predict the future based on the past. This is a survival mechanism. When you step into a season where your past no longer predicts your future, your amygdala, the fear center of your brain, goes into overdrive. You might feel sudden waves of anxiety, heart palpitations, or a desire to run back to what was familiar, even if it was toxic. This is not a spiritual attack. This is biology trying to keep you safe in the known. But you are not called to be safe. You are called to be sanctified. You must override this biological alarm system with a spiritual truth. When that anxiety hits, do not fight it. Instead, say out loud, "This fear is just my body adjusting to my new altitude." Reframe the sensation. It is not fear, it is excitement without breath. Breathe into it. Let's go deeper into the secret regarding the family member or close friend mentioned earlier. Why does the betrayal or the revelation often come from someone so close? In the psychology of transformation, we know that family systems strive for homeostasis. When one part of the system, you, starts to vibrate at a higher frequency, the rest of the system becomes unstable. The people around you, subconsciously, will try to pull you back to the baseline to restore their own comfort. The secret that is revealed, or the conflict that arises, is often just a manifestation of this energetic mismatch. It is painful, yes. It feels like a knife in the back, but you must view it through the lens of detachment. They are not fighting you. They are fighting the light in you that exposes their shadows. There is a powerful concept in neuroscience called pruning. During certain developmental stages, the brain eliminates weak synaptic connections to make the efficient ones stronger. God is pruning your life right now. He is cutting away the relationships, habits, and environments that cannot support the weight of your glory. If He didn't cut them off, they would collapse under the pressure of your blessing, and they might take you down with them. The separation is protection. Repeat that to yourself. The rejection is my protection. Now, I want to address the financial aspect of this move, because this is where many of you lose sleep. You are looking at your bank account, and the math doesn't add up. You have a vision of a mansion, but a budget for a studio. You have a vision of philanthropy, but you are struggling to pay bills. Listen closely. The provision is never in the place you are leaving. The provision is always at the place you are going. Elijah had to go to the brook Cherith to be fed by ravens. If he had stayed where he was, he would have starved. The miracle is in the movement. You are waiting for the money to move, but God is waiting for you to move so He can send the money. This requires a level of trust that feels reckless to the natural mind, but we walk by faith, not by sight. I'm going to share a technique that high performers and spiritual giants use to bridge this gap. It's called acting as if, or in biblical terms, calling those things which are not as though they were. This is not about fake it till you make it. It is about alignment. If you believe you are moving to a new level, you must start dressing like it, speaking like it, and organizing your day like it before the manifestation. Clean your house as if you are preparing it for the next owner. Organize your finances as if you are managing millions. When you prepare the vessel, the oil will flow. If you stay in the mindset of, "I'll get ready when it happens," it will never happen. You are blocking the flow with your lack of preparation. Before I reveal the next crucial step, I want to ask you a question. How many times have you stopped just 3 feet from gold? How many times have you turned back right before the breakthrough? The resistance is always strongest right before the release. If you are feeling immense pressure right now, if you feel like you are being squeezed on every side, congratulations, you are in the birth canal, you are about to be delivered. Do not abort this process. If you are with me, if you are committed to seeing this through, type "I am delivering" in the comments below. Declare it to the atmosphere. Let the algorithm of the universe know you are serious. Let's talk about the 3 days of darkness. Often, right before the major shift, there is a period of absolute silence. Your prayers seem to hit the ceiling. The signs stop. The dreams stop. You feel completely isolated. This is the final test. In the school system, the teacher is always silent during the test. God is watching to see if you have internalized the lessons. Can you hold your stance when there is no music playing? Can you keep believing when there is no emotional goosebump? This silence is not absence, it is observation. Stand firm. Keep your routine. Keep praying even if you feel nothing. You are building spiritual muscle that you will need for the heavy lifting ahead. There is a specific trap you must avoid in the coming days. It is the trap of false refugees. When the pressure gets high, the enemy will offer you a compromise. An old ex will text you. A job offer that is good enough, but not your destiny, will appear. A friend who hasn't spoken to you in years will suddenly want to reconnect. These are exit ramps. They are designed to give you relief from the pressure of growth. They offer comfort, but the cost is your destiny. Do not take the bait. The temporary relief is not worth the long-term regret. You have come too far to settle for a consolation prize. You are hunting for the grand prize. Keep your eyes on the horizon, not on the roadside distractions. Now let's integrate the science of the reticular activating system, RAS. Your RAS is the filter in your brain that decides what information gets through to your conscious mind. If you focus on struggle, betrayal, and fear, your RAS will show you evidence of that everywhere. But if you reprogram your RAS to look for favor, opportunity, and divine connection, you will start to see doors that were always there but were invisible to you. This is why gratitude is not just a spiritual practice, it is a neural strategy. Every morning, force your brain to find 3 things that are working in your favor. This literally rewires your brain to spot the exit from your wilderness. The sister or the messenger mentioned in the title might not even be a blood relative. In the spiritual context, a sister represents a peer, someone on your level who suddenly sees something you don't, or conversely, someone who is jealous of a promotion they think they deserved. Be very careful with sharing your next mo. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.